Hey there! Glad I finally caught up with you. My name's Veronica. Welcome to the Brotherhood and its glorious floating bathtub.
Glorious floating bathtub? What do you mean?
The Pridwin, obviously. You know, the big-ass blimp we're inside of? The thing looks like an upside-down bathtub. Don't tell me you can't see it.
Veronica, huh? Do you have a last name?
Yeah, actually, I do. It's Santangelo. But most people just call me Veronica, and I'd prefer it if you did the same.
It's nice to meet you, Veronica. I appreciate you taking the time to say hi.
Nice to meet you too. And of course, I couldn't let Dance get all the credit for showing you around. It's not every day someone new joins up with us.
What is it you do here? For the Brotherhood, I mean.
Oh, I'm a field scribe, which essentially means I'm a scientist who gets to play with guns and shoot stuff. I work for Naraya and Quinlan.
How long have you been with the Brotherhood?
About as long as I can remember. I was born into it, somewhere around 33 years ago, out on the West Coast. A lot's changed since, but I'm still here.
Well, I'm glad you put in the effort to make me feel welcome. Honestly, it doesn't seem like very many people actually want me here.
Yeah, I get it. Everybody's so stuck in their ways that they can't open up, but fuck 'em. Who cares? How about we blow this joint and go exploring?
You want to go exploring with me? Why? I mean, we only just met.
Maybe because I think you're cool and that you can handle yourself? Besides, it's my job to see what's out there and document it. So what do you say?
Yeah, sure. I think we could go ahead and do that. You got everything you'd need for the trip?
Hell yeah, I've got everything I need right here. So let's go make trouble. Sure, you can look, but I expect you to buy me dinner if you touch me. Just saying.
Hi.
What's up?
I need you to get out of your power armor.
What? You mean the invisible suit of metal plates I'm wearing? Why don't you get me out of it yourself?
Your thoughts?
The Brotherhood used to be an isolationist military that was obsessed with old tech. Now it's an aggressive military that's obsessed with old tech.
Your thoughts?
I wonder what will happen to the Commonwealth when we finally deal with the Institute. Hopefully, we can forge an alliance with the Minutemen.
Your thoughts?
You're not doing half as bad as I would have thought. Losing your whole world to a big red button must have sucked. But you're tough, and I like that.
Nothing. Never mind.
All right then, sorry I asked.
Hey,
Your favorite follower at your service. What can I do?
it's time for you to head home.
Aw, and here I thought what we had was special. But all right, I guess I'll head home. Be safe out here and don't forget about me. I've been wondering how long it would take for you to come back for me. You finally ready to go make trouble together?
Tell me about yourself. What's your story?
Well, I was born into the Brotherhood about 33 years ago. My dad was a paladin and my mom was a scribe, but they died when I was still a little girl. After they died, I was raised by Father Elijah, one of our former elders. He was basically my grandpa, always there for me whenever I needed him. He was the one who really got me to hone in on my skills, and he taught me to be a scribe, just like my mom. I really miss them, if you can't tell. Anyways, I've had a knack for engineering since before I could talk. Was never a time I wasn't taking something apart or putting it back together. And when I was a teenager, I fell in love for the first time. Her name was Christine, but she abandoned the Brotherhood and left me, so I let her go. Later on, in the early 70s, Elijah found this power plant south of Vegas, in the Mojave. Helios 1 it was called. So we packed up and moved there. But that's when he started to change. Or maybe I just started to notice it. That he went mad with his obsession of technology and he lost himself. In 2274, the NCR showed up in the Mojave, and they gave us a real scare. We thought they were hunting us, but they went straight for the Hoover Dam. And that's when Elijah really lost it. He was more angry and upset than I'd ever seen him. The NCR taking the dam filled him with an ungodly rage. As it turns out, he never wanted to do anything good with the tech he obsessed over. He just wanted the power that came from owning it, the control. When the NCR attacked us in 2276, Elijah had already become someone else entirely. He abandoned us while the NCR sacked Helios during Sunburst. They had us outnumbered 20-1, and we lost half our numbers before McNamara took command and led us away from there. We barely made it out. Soon enough, we arrived at Hidden Valley, this underground bunker complex that we turned into a home. It was our safe haven, our oasis in the desert. It was hard at first, learning to live without Elijah. McNamara put us under a strict lockdown, and I was the only one he'd allow to come and go. I mean, someone had to keep the Brotherhood stocked up with food and water, so I ran the errands while the others went stir-crazy underground. That lasted until 2281, when I met this courier at the 188, a trading post. His name was Six, and he was chasing after some poker chip he'd lost. I convinced him to let me come with him, and we traveled all over. I even got to see the Vegas Strip finally. It was magical, as if it was alive. Soon enough, though, Six became the sole deciding factor in the future of the Mojave. Everyone wanted him on their side, including the Brotherhood. But one day he just vanished and was gone for a while. But when he came back, he sat me down and told me Elijah was dead, that his greed killed him. Six said he'd been kidnapped and taken to this pre-war casino, the Sierra Madre, that Elijah locked him in the vault, but he escaped and killed him. I wish I could have seen his face before it ended. I knew his soul died at Helios, but having that confirmation from Six was gut-wrenching. It hurt me. But at least I knew the truth, and I knew he couldn't hurt anyone anymore. I still miss him, who he used to be before he lost control. But he's gone. Anyways, when it came down to it, Six chose the NCR over the Brotherhood, over me. He convinced them to let us coexist, but the peace was temporary. After the NCR wiped the Legion at Hoover Dam, they came for us. They surrounded Hidden Valley and starved us out. It was a complete and utter siege. They waited for us to beg for mercy, and when we finally did, they gave each of us a choice. Surrender and join them, walk away peacefully, or die. They walked us out of the bunker, single file, with guns trained and ready. We were put on our knees and made to choose our fates at gunpoint. Most of the others chose to join the NCR, but some, like Hardin, they chose to die for what they believed in. McNamara and I, we walked away. McNamara knew the bulk of the Brotherhood still existed on the East Coast, and he also knew that Lost Hills would probably be next on the NCR's list. So rather than take refuge with the Elder Council, we chose to head east to the Capital Wasteland. I still don't know how we survived the journey. But we did, and we made it to the Citadel in 2283. Maxon and Kasdan, the Elder and the Sentinel, they let us join up with their Brotherhood chapter. It felt like the East Coast was all the Brotherhood had left. They'd built themselves up remarkably well compared to the West, but they were it. So we were given some time to get used to things, and were given our new assignments. I continued as a field scribe, and McNamara became a paladin. These days, I work for Scribe Nariah with plenty of freedom to do what I need to. McNamara got promoted to head paladin, so now he works for Autumn. We still talk every now and then, but things are different between us. I'm just glad that we survived it all. I never thought I'd make it this far. As far as the NCR goes, I hear they beat the Legion in their war finally. I also heard they sent some people here to Boston. I hope Six is with them. I mean, I know Six chose the NCR in the end, but I refuse to believe he sold us out. It's not right. Why would he negotiate a peace just to break it? Anyways, that's my story. Not as tragic as it could have been, but also not as cheerful. But hey, I'm alive, so what do you say we get out of here?
I'd like to travel together some more.
Then let's get out of here. I've been waiting for another adventure.